So, Jodi Shanahan, JodiShanahan.com. Tell me what's been going on.
Well, this is my kind of first week back after having a week off.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave myself a week off because it was just all getting on top of me, and people close to me had just said, just have a week off, just stop it, come away from everything, just take some time just to kind of decide what you want to do more of, and just to let yourself be miserable as well.
Yeah, so I totally get that.
So I was like, right, that's fine. So it was good because obviously we did our little hand fasting ceremony on the Saturday. I had the week off. I'd kind of pondered on what I do and what don't want to do a bit more of, and then came back this week a little bit more kind of focused.
Yeah.
And ready to kind of roll with things a bit more, which was good.
Cool, I'm scribbling, sorry. All right, and so what decisions did you make then around what you want to do more of and what you want to do less of?
Well, definitely, I think after our last coaching in May, just slightly changing so my social media surgeries are only on a Thursday each week.
Yeah.
So I've just got that to focus on each week, and then I can fit around everything else. And then Blog Squad is just going to be once a month.
Okay.
So that works better. I've set up all my Facebook appointment setting now, which is working absolutely so good. It's just so easy. I don't know why I had set it up on my horse riding coaching and not on my social media, because it's just, and I've set up some automated messaging as well now. So when you come to my page, you ask me a question, it says, do you want a discovery call? Book it here.
Awesome.
So it was a little, so it's just gaining a bit more control, and also allowing myself on Wednesdays and Fridays to fill my days with riding coaching.
Great stuff.
Which it seems to be bringing in more money.
Awesome. So how many coaching sessions do you do a day with the riding?
Well, at the moment I'm doing on a Wednesday, it's building. I've got 2 on a Wednesday, 2 on a Friday. That's changing from next week to being 2 on a Wednesday, 4 on a Friday.
Oh.
Oh no, that's not right. There might be 5 next Friday.
Oh, maybe.
So it's building. It's a combination of, well, mostly 1 hour sessions with the odd half hour, but mostly an hour, and they're mostly all in the same place as well. So I'm only having to travel to one spot, coach, and then come home.
Awesome. Excuse me. So how do you feel about that? Are you looking then to fill your Wednesdays as well with the same sort of number of sessions?
Hang on, you've gone really crackly. Let me just turn my volume up so I can hear you a bit more. Sounds like you're in an aeroplane in a storm.
Right, hang on a minute. Let me try something else. 1 second. Let's just see. Is that any better?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, right, hang on a minute. I'm just going to turn something off at this end. Or I'm trying to turn something off at this end. Okay, I'll just leave that there then. That's really interesting because...
Wow, you're so clear now. That's brilliant.
That was through my AirPods. I think my AirPods might be on the way out.
That is brilliant. You're just like, you could be in the next room now on a phone. That's fab.
Oh, hey-ho. Right, so we'll go with that. Okay, so are you looking to fill your Wednesday with the same sort of number of sessions as you're looking to get on the Friday then? Probably,
yeah. So the Wednesday one is building. It's obviously it's more of a challenging day, but but because I'm being quite not picky with who I'm teaching, I am being a bit picky, which is good. So they're mostly people that are experienced riders and and have the day available to them, so they're not necessarily in normal jobs and things. Plus, at the moment, everybody's still blooming furloughed, so that's interesting.
Yes, that's true. So there's an argument there to say, you know, what's your plan going to be when people start to go back to work?
Yeah. Well, I will be opening up probably a Saturday.
Okay.
So if the Wednesday kind of doesn't become as full,
yeah,
the Wednesday morning one will stay the same anyway. So my Wednesday and the Friday mornings are the same lady, first thing in the morning. So it'll just be the rest of the day. So if they don't fill out, then I'll move people to the Friday and possibly a Saturday morning. Because Jack often works a Saturday morning as well now, so it makes sense if he's not going to be home, I may as well work as well.
There's an element of that. Yeah, there is definitely an element of that. So right now, it would seem that the momentum is very much with the riding, and getting that side of your income stream up and running in the nicest sense.
Well, it's a little bit of both, to be honest, because yesterday I had 2 coaching calls with people who I've met fairly recently through 4Ns. That was really beneficial. And a discovery phone call with somebody as well who's through 4N. So that was really good. So Jonah, the photographer.
Yeah, I love Jonah.
Really fabulous guy, love him. And we ended up talking for ages after our Zoom call and was like, we must talk again because we had loads of stuff in common. And then Vicky Dodge of Rough Giraffe.
Right, yeah.
And then Harriet Williamson, the music teacher.
Awesome.
So Harriet's going to book a session or 2 or 3 sessions with me, and a session with Vicky Dodge, and then with Jonah as well. So that side of things has perked up, and I think, you know, it is a combination of me just being having a little bit more control and being really specific about when you can have coaching with me.
Yep.
And it being, you know, a limited thing. That I've got other stuff going on because I am doing more. I've got 2 or 3 more social media management clients now.
Yeah.
So that side of things fills my day with more. I've got to really focus on stuff, so I can't coach around that. I have made the decision, if I'm going to do that, I can only coach on a separate day, because it's really difficult to kind of switch from one to the other with my mindset.
Yeah.
You'll know this coaching as well. It's difficult to kind of go from doing something very creative to then putting your coaching head on, then going back to that. You really need to get in a flow.
Yeah.
And then I find, well, the same with anybody's social media posts and stuff. And once you get in the zone for it, it's quite easy then to just move across to another brand and then get in the zone for that one.
Okay, cool.
So that's what I tend to do Mondays and Tuesdays. Monday's like a big old admin day.
Yeah.
And Tuesdays, so Mondays and Tuesdays are like admin and all of my kind of social management stuff. Wednesdays out coaching, out and about. Thursdays in coaching, social media coaching. Then Fridays back out again.
Awesome. I think that's fantastic, because there's a couple of things there that I think is really good for you. The first is that you've got some structure back.
Yes.
You know, there was an element at one point of feeling like you were thrashing about trying to be all things to all people, and you were getting quite stressed about that. But I think having a structure and a routine in your week is something that you will thrive on, because you've got specific sections in your week where you're going to do specific things, and that will just help you stay focused, which is great. What I think is really interesting is how putting into place that idea of fear of missing out through the social media, only making it available on a very restricted level, is actually having exactly the effect that we were hoping it was going to. You know, instead of people thinking that they could just book a session with you anytime they like, which meant they weren't booking at all, it's now getting to a point where people are thinking, well, I need to get booked in there, because Jodi only does these once a week and she's only got 4 slots. And if I don't book one this week, I'm going to have to wait.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think that it helps me as well, because I can, if I give myself a bit of bounce room in between sessions,
yeah,
I can, coach, and then a little bit on the Thursday in between sessions, I can write up notes and email people back with homework and suggestions and links and advice and stuff. And it just there is that structure there. And I have said to people, you can book me, and just do it through the Facebook page, and then we'll get it done. It's dead easy. Don't need to mess around. But that's only on a Thursday.
Cool. Okay. Good stuff. I'm scribbling. Sorry. There we go.
No, you also just reminded me I need to do something on my appointments as well with that one. I'll just write that down. I forgot that I wanted to change the titles to something slightly different.
Yeah.
Just actually say Thursday in it.
Okay. Yep. And how are you? Oh, Sheena, come on, get the words here. How are you charging for this? How are you getting people to pay?
Well, I have changed them to £30 for the social media surgery.
Yeah.
And I haven't really done much with Blog Squad at all, which is rubbish. I really ought to, but that's £20. But I've not really been pushing Blog Squad. I've just kind of been focusing on the social media surgery sessions on the Thursday, just to try and get them going a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then just to try and, I think what I just need to do is just go, right, when am I going to do the Blog Squad? What day? What time? And then just make that a bit clearer as well. I mean, I'm just using Stefan's phrase, show them the till, just to make it more blatant what it is and when it is.
Yeah, I would agree. And what I would think about there is, sorry, I've got a cough, hold on a sec. What I would think about there is doing Blog Squad on one of your admin days. If you're going to do it once a month, then think, my gut feeling is to do it on a Monday. Start the week with some motivation, get your blogs written, get your content ready to go. And kind of get it in the, excuse me, I would probably say an afternoon spot.
Yeah.
So that, people can kind of, you've got an opportunity to get a few more bums on seats if you wanted to in the morning by the whole, there's only 3 hours to go till Blog Squad or what have you. Don't miss out. You can still book your ticket. This is where you need to go. That kind of stuff could happen, and it gives you that bit of structure around it. Are you invoicing people, Jodi, or are they paying you via PayPal?
I've sacked off PayPal. People are tending to pay me via bank transfer now.
Okay. Scribble. So are you invoicing?
I can do, but I'm not. But I can do.
You just need to think that from your side of the transaction, you need to be a little bit careful, because if you've not got a paper trail to evidence where the money is coming from, then the tax man might get a bit grumpy about that.
Okay, yeah.
So something to think about is, if the idea of having to do an individual invoice for each booking is something that makes you want to stick pins in your eyes, then have a think about setting up Go Cardless, because you can use Go Cardless for one-off payments. It's not just direct debit.
Yeah.
So you could have a Go Cardless plan, for want of a better word, for Blog Squad, and a Go Cardless plan for social media surgeries. And basically what that means is that you have a link. So if I've jumped onto Facebook and gone, oh, brilliant, I'm going to book a session with Jodi on Thursday afternoon, then all you need to do is to send me that link. I then put my payment details in. You get the money. Now, there's 2 advantages to this alongside the slight disadvantage. What that then means is that you've captured all of my contact information, not just my name and my email address, but I have to put a postal address in there as well.
All right, yeah.
Which gives you that little extra element of being able to follow up, just communicate, all that kind of thing. So it helps you build a really good list.
Yeah.
So that's one advantage. The second advantage is you don't get, if you like, people's you don't have to give your bank details out, which right now is quite important, because there's a whole bunch of weird shit going on out there with scams and all that kind of thing. So you're not having to give your bank details out, which is great. You also then have transactional history for the tax man. So you can literally just go, yep. If you're querying Mr. Taxman how I earned £560 in June 2020, here are the transactions. This is where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fees are really small. So you're not paying the same fees as you would do through PayPal.
Yeah.
It's really low hassle. Really, really low hassle. So I would recommend doing something like that rather than bank transfers going forward.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
It's free to set up. There's no monthly fee with Go Cardless. It's just a fee on the transaction. But I think from memory, it's less than 1%. Let me have a look. So it's pretty good. And it's very much a case of, you set it up, you set your plans up, and then you're done. And what that effectively does as well within the Go Cardless website, your account on the website, is it's creating a little CRM because it keeps track of all your customers.
Oh, righty-ho. Okay, I'll have another look at that then. So it was something I've pondered on before, but I've never really properly gone with.
So yeah, it's really, I find it really, really easy to use. Sorry, I've got a really froggy throat this morning. And
that's not a new cough, is it? That's not a corona cough.
No, not at all. So what have we got here? I'm just looking for I'm trying to find where the fees are. There we go. Anyone, and there are transaction fees. There we go. I don't think we found here. Right, really low. UK. Yeah, so it's 2%. So it's much less than PayPal.
Yeah.
And and it just, in fact, it's even less than that. Domestic payments in the UK, you pay 1%, and that's it.
Okay, cool.
And no matter how much you bill, you will never pay any more than £4 on a transaction fee. They cap it.
Oh, that's good as well then.
Yeah. So definitely worth having a look at that, Jodi. And I think it would just make your life a little bit easier, and just make sure as well that, should the taxman come knocking, you've got a paper trail to show where the income's coming from.
Yeah, just a bit more transactional history stuff. Which I do need. There's some bits I'm like, I could just It's just having that paperwork, isn't it?
Yeah. And it will make Dan's life much less stressful.
He needs some stress. I need to keep giving him lots of stress.
Yeah, bless him. But yeah, so you'd only need to create those 2 plans potentially. You could also, I obviously I don't know how that works for you with the horse riding, but if people are paying you your coaching in a similar way, you could set up Go Cardless plans for your coaching, for your horse riding coaching as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because they're bank transferring as well. Because I obviously wanted to avoid cash. As I've said to them, don't want us to have to try and, at the moment, avoid handing cash between us, as which it's bad enough as it is, not petting your horse. I don't want to take cash off you. It's weird. So I think that would be a good idea. I'll have a look at that and get it set up. I'll wrap myself a little AP there. Action point. There we go.
The other thing to think about, just if you've got people who want to make sort of, I'm going to use the phrase face-to-face transaction, is getting a little card terminal.
Well, I've got one of those.
Awesome. Is it a contactless one?
Yeah, I've got a little sum up machine, because I've worked with them before with another client, and I can't think who it was, but somebody gave me a referral, a referral discount thing.
I think that might have been me.
I think it might have been you, to be honest. So so I've got the little sum up air thing that you use with your phone or a tablet for, I don't know what it was, like 15 quid or something stupid.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the one. So that's also, you know, something that I would say, just, you know, take that with you. And if you've got, because it's always the case, isn't it? There'll always be some person who doesn't want to do a direct debit payment, and you know, is like, you know, I want to pay in cash, and it's like, no, let's just go contactless. It's really easy. And then if you've just got some, you know, anti-back wipes with you, or even better, Jodi, I don't know if you were on the foresight when Rachel Hayes was talking about this, but if you've got toner at home, facial toner, just put it in a little mini spray bottle, because it is as effective as an antibacterial wipe, and of course you're not throwing the wipe away.
Oh, yeah, that would be better.
Game changing. I have since had a bottle of Temple Spa toner, as you do, by the sink, because Ollie's back at work. You know, when he comes home, he was wiping down the front door handles, etc., and then just coming straight through with me out of the way and going into the shower. And what he does now is he's got this spray bottle in the garage. So he comes home, puts his bike away in the garage, opens the front door, sprays it down with toner, and just wipes it off with a paper towel that goes in the compost.
Oh, well, that's better.
Much, you know. So you're not got these flipping back wipes that take forever and 1,000 years to decompose, with something that is what you need, which is over 80% alcohol, and toners are over 80% alcohol. And that was game changing from Rachel. I was just like, oh my God, I never, you know, that is an amazing top tip.
Is it? I'm going to write that down. Toner.
Amazing top tip. So if you just had a little spray bottle of that in your pocket when you were going to, you know, do your riding coaching, then when someone's used your terminal, if that happens, you just give it a little spray, wipe it down with a paper towel, and compost the paper towel.
Yeah. That is loads better. I've got that written down.
Much more it's much more eco.
Well, yes, I don't ever have any wipes anyway. I don't do them. I do have like what's it called? What's that blooming flowery disinfectant?
Oh, so Flora.
I've always got Flora diluted for my spraying stuff. And just cloths. I've got loads of like microfiber cloths and stuff that I use.
Yeah.
So I think, just having a spray would be all you need, really. And maybe some paper towels that I can then, I could just compost those then as well.
Yeah.
I'll love that. Let me write that down. Okie dokie.
All good stuff. Okay. So how did your candle party go?
Oh, it was lovely. I mean, Anna is just so helpful. I mean, first of all, the party was just so bloody professional. It was brilliant. She just did some incredible games. And she's just so natural at just presenting everything. It was just lovely. And I only had like 3 or 4 friends do it on it. But they really enjoyed it, because a couple of them posted on their own Facebook to say, I've just gone on a virtual candle party, and it was way more fun than I was expecting. I was like, well, yes, that's what it's meant to be like. And Anna was just really clever at working out, you know, the cost of everything, like how I can get what I want with what I have got to spend, and whatever budget I've got as well. So we'd worked it out. So I've got my black Buddha for free, which is like essential.
Good stuff.
So like, I want the black Buddha. And then I've managed to get the flame thing, the flame, whatever it was called, I don't know.
The outdoor fragrance flame thing. Bloody hell, well
fragrance flame. The fragrance flame. So I've had to contribute a bit towards that, but not much. So I was chuffed a bit, because I was like, I'd really like that. But there's some other things now that I've noticed on the shops and stuff that I'm like, oh, I like that as well. There's like the rotating fish warmer.
Yes.
I love that. Well, it's just, that sounds like something you'd have in your kitchen, doesn't it, really? But what else was there? There was something else as well. I can't think what it was now. I know I've got some, is it Tamboti?
The one that smells like Johnny Depp. Yes.
So I've got some Johnny Depp candles, or melts, or both coming as well. So yeah, it was really good. And everybody else really, really enjoyed it. So I was chuffed to bits. So I think I'm going to probably have another one, probably either the end of July or early August, I think.
Yeah, sounds
Just
like
so that I can then top up because I'll probably have gone through stuff for the fragrance flame thing, and we'll need more candles by that point, as per usual, and melts.
Yeah,
so that's my next plan, to do another one as well. So maybe you would like to do the next one.
Yeah, love to. Let's talk about that next time. And
that would be good.
Yeah, get that sorted. It's just interesting because I've really got into using the little oil warmer, the little tea light one. I have it on in the office pretty much every day. And what am I burning today? I'm warming energizing eucalyptus. It smells lovely in here.
The little white diffuser one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's $16.95 or something. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I thought that looks really. It's very sort of discreet and pretty, isn't it? Quite zen-like.
Yeah, very much so. And it's got a really small footprint, so it's not the other one. The electric one's quite big. And it's like table lamp size base. Can be a bit difficult to find room for, but the little tea light one, the size of a tea, like a mug.
Oh, because I've got I can't think what it's called. It's like a purpley, greeny, crackle glazed.
Mystic Glimmer.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I've got that plug-in warmer on my office desk, and I really like that. But I just need some. What I want is some kind of study like fragrances, and whatever's like will help you kind of be focused, work type smells to put in there.
Right. So we need to have a chat when you thinking about having your party about some of these diffuser oils, because one of them is Sesame cedarwood.
Ooh.
And that is very much. I'm just going to get the box down so I can tell you exactly what the description is.
And can they go in? They can go in the warmer thing, can they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I thought they had to go in a special thing. That's good to know.
All I would say is with the plug-in warmers like that, they get much hotter than if you were using the tea light diffuser. So you would just put it on, warm the oil, and then turn it off again, because obviously what you don't want is to end up effectively with it boiling the oil.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good top tip, that, Sheens.
Yeah, I'm quite good at this stuff. So Sesame cedarwood, it keeps you grounded and focused.
That's one then. That's to add to the list.
So how I think about that, because it does. I was literally 2 or 3. Well, it might have been about a month ago. I was just having one of those days where I could not settle.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is ridiculous. I've got things to do. I'll give this a go. I used to be quite into aromatherapy about 20 odd years ago, and then just got out of it. Just stopped doing it. And thought, I'll give it a go, just see if this works. And yes, it did. It was quite amazing. It's like, oh my God, all of a sudden I just sort of feel, right, I'm okay. Now let's get started.
Yeah, I think it really does help if you've got something, I don't know, there's something about having a fragrance or an aroma around you. Because we've just bought, bizarrely, last weekend, I just really wanted some incense sticks.
Yeah.
So I got a beautiful like Buddha hand. And I got some because I absolutely bloody love patchouli, and I never find any patchouli stuff with candlelight, party light. Got patchouli, and then I got another one that's just jasmine, and they are so nice.
Hampering patchouli, one of the party light essential oils.
No way!
Yeah.
Is it? Well, that's crazy.
Joyous jasmine, mandarin, laid back lavender, cozy up vanilla is another one somewhere. I can't see where it's gone now. But yeah, so
that's meant. Put them on the list.
Yeah, exactly. And just whilst we've tangented right off into party light, the warmer that you've got, the Mystic Glimmer warmer, the matching Hurricane is less than half price on the outlet at the moment.
Oh, because I've got the Christmas tree that matches it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Hurricane would normally be 70 quid, and it's £26.58.
Is it?
It is. I'll send you a link.
Send me the link. Because I've got the other one, the kind of paler version of that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that one.
It might well be on my shopping list for the Hurricane, I have to say, the Mystic Glimmer one, because it is so pretty. But
it is good. I love this one that's on my desk because it cheers me up.
Yeah.
Just because it's rainbowy, but not rainbowy, because it's the like green. It's just a bit darker, but the kind of jadey greeny blues and purples are just lovely.
Yeah, they're really, really pretty. You know, so yes, that's going to be my treat to me. That's my reward for getting
not like you need any more.
Well, you know, it's fine. I just have to get it in and then pretend like I've had it for ages when Ollie says, "Is that new?" And I'm like, no, that's not new.
No, this is part of the summer stuff. I rotate it. It's all rotated and in storage. Good God. It's like when you buy shoes and you leave them in the car for about a month before you actually get them out to start wearing them. You're like, no, I've had these ages. Don't believe you did.
But, yes, it's when you go, no, darling, had this old thing. No, had that ages. Absolutely. Right, now let's stop talking candles and carry on talking about you. So what I also think is really interesting is how all of a sudden the traction is happening with 4M stuff. Because for a while you were saying, you know, I'm going to these flipping meetings and nobody's booking anything, and then all of a sudden, boom, you've got 3 bookings. What I'm noticing there, and the reason I'm picking up on this is because I'm getting the same thing. These 3 people that you've just recently done discovery or coaching calls with are people who would not have networked with you before.
No, I would never have met them before.
And I'm getting the same. So the new client that I got excited about in our WhatsApp group earlier was that was so quick. I did a foresight in Wales last week. Can't remember what day, not important, but he was one of my one-to-ones. He booked a taster session during the one-to-one, which was 2 days later. Did the taster session, and at the end of the taster session, how do I sign up? And then said, I want your top package. I don't want the basic package. It was that fast.
Wow.
And I kind of sat back afterwards, and this is why I thought, let's have a chat about this. And I thought, let me go and have a look at where my new clients are coming from since lockdown. And they are not Shirlings, not a single Shirling at all. They are all people I've either not met before or that I've kind of communicated with a little bit on social media, but they would never have come and networked in the Shire because it's just locationally impossible.
Yeah.
I think there's a real lesson there to be learned, which is 2 things. As you're thinking about planning where you're going to network, look for foresight opportunities, because that's what I do. So if I'm going to network outside of the groups I host, I don't just turn up and think, oh, I'll go and network at, you know, stupid name group, whatever it is this week.
Yes.
You know, I'll think, okay, I want a foresight, so I'll go and have a little trawl on the website to see where people have got empty meetings, or I'll simply put a post up in the whatever it's called this week, because Brad keeps changing the name of things.
Oh, is that the one where passporters live or something like that?
Something like that. You know,
yeah.
Or I'll just put a page. You know, I'll just put a page up that says post up rather that says I'm looking to foresight. Has anybody got any slots?
Yeah.
Now that of course gives you the double whammy. It gives you a chance to show what you know, which is essential in this process, but it also gives you that opportunity to have 3 one-to-ones with people you wouldn't normally network with.
Yeah.
And I am getting a massive amount of traction out of that. Huge.
And so I've just literally, hang on, was it yesterday? So I've been requested to foresight in the dog one, and which is it's today. There's one today, isn't there? But I'm not doing that one. And another one, and I can't think which one it bloody was. So I just need to follow up on those and get those booked in, because Emma's given me a date for the doggy one.
Yeah.
And then somebody else mentioned me for something else. I can't think where it was now. I've got to find out what it was. I've lost it. That's going to do my nutting. I can't find it. But yeah, I got asked if I would be interested in doing a foresight somewhere else as well. So it's sort of been in the back of my mind, but I've just not really gone for it yet. So I will.
Yeah, seriously, I would heavily recommend it. Look to go outside of the Shire. Pick the groups in the Shire that you love to go to, whichever ones they are. You know, obviously the horsey one's got you written all over it if you can make that on a Monday. and the gardening one. I know you like that one too, but because they are very niche, the numbers in those meetings are always going to be really small.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, it's lovely. I love Get Your Grow On. It's such a lovely group. It's such a lovely vibe. And I'm sure that the Saddle Up group, when they get their act together, will be the same. They've got very few booked in at the moment, so we might have to push the launch back. But having said that, it was always going to be very, very niche group anyway. But that's the downside of the niche groups is the numbers are never going to be the same as the effectively standard meetings.
Yes.
You just need to think about getting a bit of a balance there. I mean, Terrific Tuesday is really starting to rock and roll. I think they were locked out this week, and their numbers are looking pretty good for next week as well. So it's just, I'm rambling around the point here, is thinking, don't just think, oh, I need to go, network in a Shiling hosted group, because what I'm finding is the people who knew me before in the face-to-face world have already made their minds up that they don't need to be coached by me.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting the new business from my own groups. I'm getting it from going out and foresighting at groups that I would never normally have gone to in the face-to-face world. And that's where I'm getting the new business. And I think that's definitely something for you to bear in mind there. If you've had that success already with, 2 coaching calls and a discovery call, and, if that discovery call was with Jonna, he'll take you up. Because he and I'm you, me, and the Gatepost, I really would like him to try to book a taster session with me, because I had a one-to-one with him in the Tires on Tuesday group, and he is really lost at the moment.
Yeah, we had a really good session. We had a proper coaching session yesterday.
Fab.
To help him just try and get a little bit more focus with what he wants to do with, because he's obviously got 2 parts of his business. He's got the car photography, editorial stuff, and he's got the car portraits that he does as well.
Yeah.
And it's, business has somewhat dried up recently, which is absolutely true, but it's working out how to increase his brand awareness and bring it all together. So we were just working specifically just on his Instagram yesterday and getting him really get a plan, a strategy. So he's got using the rest of June to just kind of get a theme together, get a plan and a design together, tidy up a bit of his website and sort a few things out. Then he's looking in July to really get it ramped up more.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, he could do with a bit of guidance. I think he's been doing things outside of his business that's taken up more time. So he's just needs to come back and do some stuff on his business. But he was really lovely. We had a right long chat.
I've known Jonna for a while, and he is just one of life's really lovely people.
It was so nice. We ended up chatting for ages. It was brilliant. So hopefully that'll benefit him as well. But so I think going into these, I quite like the niche groups that are national. So the dog one isn't Shire at all. It's all sorts of people. And the cars one as well. The Tires Tuesday one was good.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of what other ones. I mean, how are you choosing them? What do you? I mean, I really am picking them on foresights as well. I'll go on and go right. Well, what's the foresight about?
It's interesting because I approach it the other way around and think, where is there the opportunity for me to go and foresight? And I approach it that way. So I'll have a look and think, okay, so I've written it down somewhere. So next month I'm foresighting in Hampshire and I'm foresighting in Scotland if Rob ever comes back to me with a date. And there was somewhere else. It's basically just on the back of who's looking for foresighters. I'll put my hand up and go, yep, I'm up for that. When do you want me? Let's try and make that work.
So are they quite short of foresights then?
The short answer to that is I don't know. At the moment, I don't think there is a particularly great solution for how people can say they want to foresight. So you tend to find that you then get groups going, holy shit, we haven't got a foresighter. And then going, help, we need a foresight, and that's when you can ride into the rescue. But again, just putting it out there that you're happy to foresight, quite often people will then come back and go, that's brilliant, would you come and foresight for us? I'm just
struggling. Well, I don't know what to foresight about.
Oh, Jodes. So first and foremost, the one that you do where you say, you need a piece of A4 paper, that is brilliant.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's interactive, which is so unusual.
Yeah.
you know, even back in the face-to-face world, you know, everybody is expecting, if you like, to sit and be talked at for 20 minutes. So getting people to do something is absolutely fantastic. So, you know, that one particularly, you could also do a foresight about why blogging is important for your business, which sort of, you know, which knits in, not very subtly, but does knit in with Blog Squad.
Yeah.
You could easily do a foresight on being a coach, and by that I mean social media coaching, horse riding coaching.
Yeah, because I use very similar methods.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you talk about how the one method, one structure, the horse riding, also feeds through into coaching people as to get the best out of social media.
Yeah, and obviously because I've done all this coaching training from a sports coach point of view, it's using all of those techniques, the sports coaching, then the conscious incompetence and unconscious consciously competent and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Using all those, it's knowing you don't know, or not knowing that you don't know, or knowing you know and knowing you don't know. All of that stuff, and helping people. Because I always say to people, what are you wanting to get out? What's your aim? What do you want to build? Or what's the point of getting your Instagram better? What do you want to get out of it? Because for some people, it's I want people to buy stuff. And for some people, it's I just want people to know more about me. So it's just going, all right, okay, then. How much do you want them to buy? And how much do you want them to know you? And what are you going to do in practice? What are you going to work on? And so, yeah, okay, I can do that as well.
And I think one of the things to think about there is, for example, thinking about doing a foresight that talks about why blogging is important, is if you have a little tip sheet that the one that I do, I dropped it into this Superstars group yesterday. So Get Your Act Together is becoming a very popular foresight. And I've got a little tip sheet that sits on a landing page. So when I did this earlier this week, because the days are all blending into one, what I do is drop a link to the landing page in the chat window towards the end of the foresight, as I'm saying, you know, if you'd like to pick up a tip sheet that will help you stop planning and start doing, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. Just go ahead and link it. I got 6 new subscribers to my list from that one meeting.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily thinking outside the box. It's actually more like, how much can I get in this box that gives people lots of ways to connect with me? So you know, on the back of each foresight is thinking, what could I offer that supports what I've talked about? So Blog Squad, you know, you could easily produce a little PDF tip sheet about, you know, five things you need to do each and every time you write a blog. Some of the things that you've talked to me about in the past, you know, linking back to other blogs on your site, make sure it's got an image in it. Don't do less than 500 words because Google doesn't like it. Simple stuff, but you know, it's people really like those kinds of things. If you want my 5 top tips to make your blogs bloody brilliant, oh, that was good. Make your blogs bloody brilliant.
Write it down quick.
You know, I'm going to drop that in the chat, and you know, people will do it. You've then got their email address, and if you're clever and you get the landing page set up so that, you know, it's really simple, enter their name, enter their email address, they get the download. But then the next call to action is when you have your little automated process, the thank you, if you like, the thank you platform just says, thanks so much for downloading my top tips. If you're interested in booking onto my next Blog Squad, here's the link. So that you're channeling them, you know, here's the freebie that you wanted, and this is what I want you to do next. I want you to book onto Blog Squad. Yeah,
I know all this stuff, I just don't bloody do it.
And that's why I nag you every month, Jodie.
I know. I find it really boring doing any of that stuff.
So give it to Kitty.
Okay.
Genuinely, because I don't do this. Amanda does this for me because it would drive me insane. I mean, it would just bore me rigid.
Yeah, it's just really boring. I can create the black tip sheet and stuff. That's no problem. But I cannot. I hate it, Sheena. I hate doing all of the CRM stuff.
but that, you know, that genuinely is when, you know, it's one of the things I talk about in this Get Your Act Together foresight is don't think about what it costs to outsource the stuff you don't want to do. Think about the value it brings back to your business, because it lets you do more of the stuff you do want to do.
Yeah, I mean, if I just got a client from that would be fine.
Well, absolutely. But then, as you're saying, you know, if the horse riding coaching is getting busier, then you can sit back and think, well, brilliant. Instead of sitting for an hour on a Wednesday morning, banging my head against a brick wall trying to do a landing page, I'll get a coaching client in there, and that will pay for an hour of Kitty's time. Off you go, Kitty, make it happen.
Oh, somebody's at the door. Why is there anyone at the door? Can you bear with me a sec?
Of course I can, lovely.
One moment.
Okie dokie. Defending the household. Oh, dear me.
I'm back again. Noisy beast. Hermes delivery. She's so nice.
Bless her.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I'll get Kitty to do that because I hate that.
Yep. Absolutely, get her to do it, and then you can start to rock and roll with that.
Yep. There was actually, I was just reminding myself, looking back at last time's notes, I meant to ask you about. Oh my God, I'm out of breath. So I ran down the stairs and ran back up again. You mentioned creating a post-coaching session Google form, rebooking.
Yeah.
Requesting a short testimonial type thing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think how to do that.
Okay, so bear in mind that I am not familiar with Google Docs. Let me just have a quick.
Or any old form. How would you do it at the moment?
So at the moment, I use forms through Office 365, but right now, 4N is running everything on Google Forms, so you can definitely do it.
So I know how to do so after a session, would you say to email the person?
Yes. So
okay.
You'll find it when I send you your notes and a link to the recording from this session.
Yeah.
And I will literally just say, hello, Jodi, here's your recording, etc. Underneath that, I have a little auto text that I just feed into the email that says, I'd really appreciate if you give me some feedback on your latest coaching call, and it's a link. And
cool.
You just go straight from there. Now, again, just thinking about our conversation at this point, I think you will probably not like the process of having to set the form up, so get Kitty to do it. I mean, I'm just looking here at how you set up your first form for free, and I've lost the will to live because I've had to scroll 3 times before I actually get to anything that makes any sense. So I think that would be something to think. You know, just a really simple form, and be very directed. So what you'll see with mine is I will be asking you, how did you feel before you came into your call today? You know, was there a specific problem that you wanted my help with, and how did you feel at the end of your call? So you can then take those bits of feedback, and you can then get them out there. You know, being able to create a meme about how somebody felt before and after is really good. And was there a specific thing you wanted my help with? That can also help you start to get a bit more detail about the problems that people want you to help them solve.
Yeah, and I think also that would just feed into my 40 seconds as well.
Yeah, just to help you. It can also help you look at blogs, blogs to write. So, if it's consistent that people are saying, I had let's say Instagram, somebody's going to you and you've done 3 or 4 sessions and everybody's had a question about Instagram. That then also gives you a great opportunity to think, better go and write a blog post about Instagram basics. because this is obviously a thing that people are looking for help for. And then in that blog, your call to action, of course, is book an hour session with me and let's get Instagram working for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm writing notes.
Cool.
Yep. Written that down. Because nearly every session, I've got a notepad to my right-hand side where I write fresh notes. But on my left-hand side, I have my notes from the previous session. So when I'm like, I want to go back and go, well, what did we talk about? Is there anything I want to ask that we didn't go over last time? They're like, what else can I do?
Because I think now, if you like, the momentum for the social media surgeries is starting to build, and what's important now is that you are building on that. So rather than it just be thanks very much Harriet, for example, thanks very much Harriet, and then Harriet disappears into the Bondu, is here's a feedback form, and on that feedback form is a link to be able to book their next session.
Yes, let me write that down. Like next steps.
Yeah,
like we could talk, other topics and how to book next session. Yeah.
And as you referenced it earlier, it's Stefan's phrase is so valid. Just make it really easy for them to find the till. So that email, if you like, that goes out post coaching session, short, sweet, and simple. Thank you so much. Blah blah. Please take a couple of moments to give me some feedback. I'd really appreciate it. And here's a link for you to book your next session. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah. Jotting down.
And then what we'll be able to get then is that Google form, for example, that it will populate a Google sheet, and that will also start to give you some people to market to, so you can transfer them across your mailing list, or more to the point, kitty cat. And then, as you start to think about, right, okay, so I'm going to be doing Blog Squad every month, and each Thursday I've got 4 slots available for social media surgeries. What am I going to talk to my list about this month? You can actually go back to that feedback and think, right, what's the trending thing that people were wanting my help with over the last few calls? Right, that's what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, I'm writing, just jotting and writing. I'm still here. My pen's bloody running out. It's typical. Hang on, let me get a KAPOW pen. That's even better. I'm just going to write. I've just written Kitty all over the bottom half of my notes.
Yes, but I genuinely, you and I are so similar on this front. The creative stuff, we both love it. We get really energized about it. The grunt work, hate it. Absolutely hate it.
I mean, I think that it's awful to say, but the reason why I'm loving my horse riding coaching is because I know so much stuff. I can literally just walk into a session, coach for an hour, and leave, and it's so easy. It's so easy.
Yeah.
And I don't have. It's not difficult to kind of set up or anything, but all of this other stuff, I know how to do it. I could do it.
But you don't want to, and that classic thing. Amanda at the moment is one of the things she talks about in her 40 seconds is so right. So many people thinking, oh, I'm going to get loads of stuff done in lockdown, and she's going out there and saying, the thing is, it's all the stuff you didn't want to do. Lockdown doesn't change that.
No.
So you're not going to do it, and recognizing and thinking, okay, I mean, I have Amanda, if you like, for 3 hours a month.
Yeah.
We have no trouble filling that 3 hours with marketing, event setup, automations, landing pages. It's really easy to fill that 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I sat back and I thought, well, it's costing me the equivalent of 2 coaching clients. But I would much rather be coaching 2 more people than making my eyes bleed trying to create landing pages, because it just does not float my boat.
Well, the problem is I know I won't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't do it. I'll find anything else to do.
Yeah.
Than that.
Right. So for the sake of your business, you know, in the nicest sense, is just thinking, okay, so this might cost me money, but the value of getting this stuff done so that I can start to build this business, and, you know, on this beautifully structured week, you're then thinking, brilliant, my Thursday afternoon school, I'm earning 120 quid from £430 session every week.
Yeah.
Boom.
And that's what I'd rather do, because I'd rather just focus on just doing that on, you know. Oh, are you still there? Yes, you are. Yep. The rain has just arrived here. Thank you, Sheens. Just arrived. It's proper straight down rain as well.
Oh yes, it's a bit biblical. It's still a bit nasty here, but yeah.
So yeah, I think just having that, you know, just coaching. But yeah, I'm just going to get on the phone to Kitty. I did speak to her the other day, because I was like, Kitty, I think it was Tuesday, at Kitty, get in my inbox now. She freaked me out yesterday because my phone said, somebody's trying to log into your email from Blighton. And I was like, I'm not in Blighton. And it was a Mac as well. I was like, I never got a Mac. Who the hell is this? Nearly having a panic about changing my passwords. And then she messaged me saying, it's me. I was like, well, why is it saying Blighton? So that's where I used to live. It's obviously just not updated. It just thinks I'm still there. I was like, for God's sake. So she, you know, and we do have a reciprocal thing going on where I basically bollock her and her mum for not blogging, make them blog, I do their social media a bit, and then Kitty does my inbox or whatever. So I'll just do more and pay her more. Like, do this, Kitty, or Karen.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get on the phone to them and get that done, because it will help me with just having more automation, because it's much easier when stuff's automated.
Yes, very much so. You know, and it's then, in the nicest sense, it's then just happening once you've got the processes sorted out, you know, so that you're confident that when you send that email post coaching, if someone, it gives you the testimonial, you know where it's going to go. If they click on the whole book your next session, that it's going to go where they want to. But you know, Kitty can make all that happen, and all you have to do is just to do what you do best, which is, you know, fill those social media surgeries by talking about them, using the testimonials in your 40 seconds, and filling your horse riding coaching days, and booking lots of cattle parties with me. Yes.
Yes, that is such a treat, actually. Such a treat. Did I tell you the last session that I've put those posters on the wall as well that you sent me?
Oh, bless you. Good. No, you didn't. I'm glad you did. That made me think.
Yes. So I've got cups of positivity on the wall, and the self-care to-do list as well. It's literally taped to my wall next to me so I can see it as well. Awesome. So I was like, it's right there. One says go outside, soak in the sun, rain and wind. I did that. I've done that quite a lot this week. I'm not going out till later.
But yeah, you know, I did. One of the things that I've really got into the habit of doing, particularly since everything went online, is in between sessions, I will literally just go and walk around the garden with a cup of tea or a glass of water.
Yeah.
And, you know, bit of fresh air, get outside the four walls of the office, just reset, regroup, right, off we go, and, you know, and give that a go. So, yeah, all good.
It's really important, really important. Oh, so many notes. I'm going to email Kitty almost immediately, or message her and say, speak to me now.
Excellent. So I'm really pleased that the little magnet arrived. That's really good.
Yay!
Please, if you wouldn't mind, make a little bit of noise on Facebook about that, because I don't know who's had them and who hasn't.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was like, oh, it's like an iridescent pink envelope. I know what this is. And I didn't even think to just check what's in it. I opened it, but managed to open it very carefully before all the kapows flew out at me. I was like, oh, I was well clever, well proud of myself there. But yeah, it's fab, and I'm going to get booked onto a couple of other things as well.
Awesome, super job.
You'll get booked onto those as well. I've got it. Well, they're not next to me. They're actually, I left them in the other room. But I'll get booked onto a couple of those. But yeah, I'll share a couple of pictures and share them on my Instagram and Facebook.
Good stuff.
Fabulous.
Excellent. Cool. Right then, my treasure. It is time for us to stop chatting and get on with the rest of your Friday. I hope that you don't get too wet today.
Well, I am going to go out teaching in a short while, but it doesn't matter. I don't care really. I will teach in the rain. I'm not fussed at all. Just get the waterproofs on. We'll be out in the rain is fine. I already know what we're doing in our session, so we just need to crack on.
Cool. Good stuff. Bless your heart.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, my treasure. I'll look forward to seeing you at a meeting soon and having a chat in a few weeks' time.
Well, Monday is the horsey one, isn't it?
It is.
So Monday, and then I'll probably be on Terrific Tuesday as well.
Awesome. Bless you. Have a great weekend, sweetheart.
Thank you. You too.
Take care.
Bye.